Yesterday, my daughter sent me another one of her classic concerned emails about how I should be doing something more useful with my retirement. Apparently, lounging by the pool with a glass of wine doesn't count. Who knew? She gently suggested I try socializing more, and even recommended the local senior activity center. So today, I decided to follow her advice. That evening, I emailed her and said, "Thanks for the push. I joined a club today." Naturally, she was thrilled until I added, "It's the Sky Adventure Club, and I've got my first jump schedule for next week." Her reply came in hot. "Dad, you're 84. You can't go jumping out of planes." I told her, "Don't worry. I've got my official membership card and everything." Then I sent her a picture of the card. 2 minutes later, she called me, screaming, "Dad, put your glasses on. That's not a Sky Adventure Club. That's a salsa dance club for singles over 80. I took a long sip of my wine and said, "Well, that explains why I was handed maracas instead of a parachute." She didn't say another word. I think I won that round. Little Jenny, just 7 years old, came home from school after her very first family planning lesson. Curious, her mom asked, "So how did it go?" Jenny sighed dramatically and said, "I was so embarrassed, Mom." "Why, sweetheart?" her mom asked gently. Jenny replied, "Well, Joanne said babies come from storks. Lily said you can get them from the orphanage. Jack swears they come from hospitals. And I had to tell him the truth, that we were so broke. You and Dad had to make me yourselves." A man was sunbathing on the beach, alone, peaceful, and still. He had no arms, no legs, just lying there quietly, enjoying the warmth of the sun on his face. A kind woman walking by noticed him. She stopped, bent over gently, and whispered, "Oh, dear, you poor thing. Have you ever been kissed before?" The man blinked, a bit surprised, and replied softly, "No, I haven't." She smiled kindly, leaned down, and gave him the sweetest kiss of his life. Then she wished him a lovely day and walked away. A few minutes passed. Another woman strolling along the shore noticed him lying there. She paused, looked him over. Then she said, "Gosh, have you ever been fucked before?" The man's eyes widened. His heart nearly jumped. "No," he said breathlessly, "I haven't." She gave a cheeky grin and said, "Well, you will be in 5 minutes." "Man, really?" She smirked. "Yeah, the tide's coming in." And with that, she strolled off. It was then, after a long sigh and a quick glance at the waves, that Bob realized he was not getting any today. So he calmly uncovered his arms, stretched out his legs, stood up, and headed home. A Rasta man was sitting quietly on a crowded bus in Kingston, patting down his pockets and looking a little worried. He checked his bag, his jacket, even under his hat, but no sign of his bus fare. Suddenly, he stood up, looked around at the other passengers with wide eyes, and declared in a deep voice, "Whoever took me bus fare, better give it back now, or else what happened in 76 will happen again." The bus went dead silent. People started whispering. Some gasped. A woman clutched her child. One man even jumped off at the next stop. Within seconds, people were searching under seats, checking their pockets. Full panic mode. Finally, someone found a crumpled note on the floor near the Rasta and quickly handed it to him. Trembling, the Rasta took it calmly, nodded, and sat back down. A few minutes later, a young man who'd been watching everything leaned forward and tapped him on the shoulder. "Excuse me, Rasta, but what exactly happened in 1976? The Rasta slowly turned to him and said, "Me bus fare got stolen and I had to walk home." After more than 3 decades of marriage, he started noticing something odd. His wife didn't seem to hear him like she used to. Wanting to avoid embarrassing her, he asked a doctor for advice. "Try this," the doctor said. "Stand about 50 feet away and ask a simple question. If there's no answer, move a little closer and ask again. Keep closing the distance until she responds. That'll tell you how bad her hearing is." That evening he got home and saw his wife cooking. From the living room, he called, "Sweetheart, what's for dinner?" Silence. He stepped closer, maybe 30 feet out. "Honey, what are we having tonight?" "Nothing." Now 15 feet. "Love, what are you making?" Still nothing. Just a few feet away, he tried again. "Darling, what did you make for dinner?" No response. Finally, right behind her, he whispered, "Babe, what's for dinner?" She spun around, clearly frustrated. For the 5th time, chicken. Suddenly he realized the problem wasn't her ears at all. It was his. Takeaway. Before assuming someone else is at fault, make sure you're not the one who needs to listen better. Sometimes the real deafness is a closed mind. A man went to the doctor. He said, "Doc, you got to check my leg. Something's wrong. Just put your ear up to my thigh. You'll hear it." The doctor cautiously placed his ear to the man's thigh only to hear, "Give me $20. I really need $20. I've never seen or heard anything like this before. How long has this been going on?" The doctor asked, "That's nothing, document, put your ear to my knee." The doctor put his ear to the man's knee and heard it say, "Man, I really need $10. Just lend me $10. Sir, I really don't know what to tell you. I've never seen anything like this." The doctor was dumbfounded. "Wait, Doc, that's not it. There's more. Just put your ear up to my ankle." The man urged him. The doctor did as the man said and was blown away to hear his ankle plead. "Please, I just need $5. Lend me $5, please, if you can. I have no idea what to tell you," the doctor said. "There's nothing about it in my books," he said as he frankly searched all his medical reference books. "I can make a well-educated guess, though. Based on life and all my previous experience, I can tell you that your leg appears to be broken 3 places." A girl at a bus stop spotted a handsome man, and without hesitating, she went to him and said, "You look cute. I like you." The man, out of shock, simply placed his hand on her shoulders and said, "My dear, this love and infatuation are all nothing. You're too young to be behaving like this. Please go home and study hard so that you can have a successful life." He then placed a piece of paper in her hand and said, "I have written some words of wisdom and religious verses for you. Read them before you go to sleep. God loves you." And he walks away. The girl went back to her hustle in shame and guilt. Before she sleeps, she opened the paper and read, and it was, "Are you blind? My wife was standing behind me. This is my number. Call me. Anyway, I love you too."